Hey Dragonauts, what's dragging on? Astralsflame back here with Skeleton Humans in an Abzan Shell. Before I get into the deck, please remember to hit that subscribe button down below to stay up to date on all the new decks coming up for Standard and Explorer in the March of Machines meta. With that, let's talk how we are getting Abzan Humans with Skeletal Swarming to function. First off, I want to thank my viewer Maximus Stanley for this deck request. The idea for this list came from how to use Skeletal Swarming in an Explorer deck shell. And Skeletal Swarming is a really sweet enchantment. It's 5 mana, but each skeleton you control has trample, which is awesome. And attacks these combat able, so they go swinging. The bonus here is that your skeletons get +X+O, where X is the number of other skeletons you have on the board. At the beginning of your end step, you create a 1/1 black skeleton creature token. If a creature died this turn, you make 2 instead. So Skeletal Swarming works to assemble the board, force the skeletons to attack, and keep applying pressure. How this really works well, though, is if you can assemble a board and change their entire creature type, which is part of the combo in this list, utilizing a Maskwood Nexus. Every creature you control is every creature type, which means all your humans in the humans package become skeletons, and Skeletal Swarming massively buffs them and then spits out more, etc., etc. Now, humans is the main forefront of the package. I will get into that shortly, but the last way that we are utilizing this combo is Rabble Rousing. This is the last key piece of this here. Rabble Rousing is a hideaway 5. Look at the top 5, tuck a card underneath, and then whenever you attack, you make a 1/1 green and white citizen token for however many creatures you're attacking with. If you control 10 or more creatures, you can play the card Exiled under Rabble Rousing for free. So ideally, we're going to get a bunch of tokens from Rabble Rousing, have a Maskwood Nexus on the board, everything's a skeleton, and then get Skeletal Swarming off of Rabble Rousing, so everything just gets trample and X buff to close out the game. That is the combo and how this deck wants to work, but we do need ways to get there. That's where the humans package comes in on this list. So we are not playing Collected Company in this list. This is humans without Coco. The green is for the Skeletal Swarming. But on that same note, you will see a lot of the traditional type of humans in this list. Hopeful Initiate coming in as a great 1-drop and being able to blow up enchantments or artifacts. Thalia targeting non-creature spells, taxing them up further. Luminarch Aspirant buffing up the board, helping you push damage. Thalia's Lieutenant buffing up all your humans entirely, and when another human enters the battlefield, Thalia's Lieutenant is going to get increased. We have General's Enforcer to protect our legendary creatures. That's our Thalia. That's our General Kudro, who also is going to buff our entire humans by +1/+1, and have a really nice bonus here. Whenever General Kudro or another human enters the battlefield in your control, exile a card from an opponent's graveyard. What makes the reason for us to want to play Abzan is the graveyard targeting that humans can do. So you've got the graveyard targeting of General's Enforcer, exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, create a 1/1 human soldier token. General Kudro, when it enters in, exile a card. This is going to give you a very strong matchup against any graveyard-based deck or the Greasefang type of list, because you'll be able to selectively exile either Greasefang itself if it hits the bin by some measure, or if you've managed to destroy it. Otherwise, getting rid of Esika's Chariot or Parhelion, even a Skyship. So there is a lot you can do by targeting graveyards with the human shell here. Kind of our last two humans that really play in are Adeline, the Resplendent Cathar. This is just a fantastic body to attack in, makes more tokens, everything we want, and Brutal Cathar, enabling as a removal piece on the board state. Kind of stinks when it transforms in a way, because obviously it's not a human anymore, but nonetheless, still great overall. The main conjecture you want to do with this list is play out your early turns, get a Dauntless Bodyguard or Initiate down, go into a Thalia or Luminarch, get in Kudro or Adeline, and then hit into your curve to get Skeletal Swarming and Maskwood Nexus online. You just want to keep applying pressure onto the opponent to finish them off, disrupting them in whatever ways you can, while keeping your combo in mind of how you want the game to close out. There will be some games where you just close out without getting the combo together. There will be others where Maskwood Nexus and Skeletal Swarming are simply enough, and you don't need the Rabble Rousing. But let's get into the sideboard here. All right, so the sideboard. We need to target specific things that are going to really make our day happy. Collected Company decks can really be a pang, so that's where Weathered Runestone is going to come in. Weathered Runestone is also going to help in those graveyard matchups, stopping anything that's targeting things in graveyards or trying to return from graveyards. So, non-land permanents in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield, and players can't cast spells or from graveyards or libraries. So this also shuts off Bolas Citadel lists, which is great. Elite Spellbinder, a fantastic human that we want to bring in to disrupt our opponent's hand. Playing in Guardian of Faith, and while this is not a human, this is just a great way to protect our board. Flash Vigilance, when it enters in, phase out any number of creatures you control. So if a board wipe's coming in, we can Guardian of Faith to protect our entire board state. Sun Gold Sentinel, putting on strong pressure as a 2-mana 3/2, along with, again, eating cards away from graveyards. Plus, we can, when we get Coven, pay 2 and choose a color. Sun Gold Sentinel is going to get Hexproof from that color until in turn, and can't be blocked by creatures of that color as well. So very strong way to push in damage through the opponent. If we need to slow down the opponent, Thalia Heretic Cathar can come in. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponent's control enter and play tapped. And if aggro is an issue, the Wandering Emperor is going to come in to make a board state or exile something annoying. But Dragonauts, that is the Skeletal Swarming Explorer list from Maximus Stanley. Stanley, thank you once again for letting me work on this list. It was an absolute blast. And Dragonauts, please enjoy the games.
Okay. Initiate into Lieutenant. I'm kind of for it. It's only 2 lands, but our start here is not bad at all. And the life, and we'll go on Initiate here. What's the name of the new equipment enchant? Oh, they're cycling. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's just play Anthalia's Lieutenant here. Cycling. Sure. Vengeance is fine. 1 General Kudro coming in. Let's keep the Flourishing Fox. Something favored. Sigarda's Aid. Is it Sigarda's Aid? It might be. I think that sounds right. You made a Jund version? Oh no. Oh no. So they might be Mardu cycling. There's probably Zenith Flare on the list. Let's just go and I'll do Dauntless Body. No, let's do. Yeah, I'll do Thalia's Lieutenant here. We'll buff up Kudro. We'll play in Dauntless Bodyguard here. I'll choose Kudro. Push in for 4. Okay. Then we can like Maskwood Nexus next turn if we draw a land. I'm happy we're playing humans because this is keeping cycling down out of the grave, right? I may even just go General's Enforcer. Ah, hollow one. Ah, I see, I see. Well, that's my hollow one now. Poking for 8. Get them down to 10. Archfiend of Ifnir. Well, now that's something. I think I'm just gonna play General's Enforcer here. See a hollow one. Move to combat, push in for 9. Correct, I'm done. No worries, one, no worries. Sure. That is what it is. Hollow one again, sure. Alright, there's game 1. I thought they might have been playing in red for like Zenith Flare, but it's gonna be Archfiend with Hollowed One cycling. Might just bring in Thalia here. as well. Got the Brutal Cathars. Got an Adeline and a General Kudro. Bring in 2 Guardians of Faith. So we bring in, for game 2, we're going to bring in Thalia and Guardian of Faith. Guardian is going to be a way for us to protect our board when Archfiend is going off on combo land. And Thalia is going to come in to further cause our opponent's creatures and non-basic lands to enter tapped. So let's go ahead and see how game 2 goes. Wondering is going to take the play. I'm kind of happy with this. Maybe one, maybe. They got the Fox. All right. Fox can be tricky with all the cycling. What? Cosmic, what's up? Another Fox. That is the start. Let's just play in Thalia. Cosmic coming into the duel. You got it, Cosmic. You got it. Okay. Healer cycles. They've got 2/2s. Hey, what's going on, Neutronic? How you doing? Do you have the deck list posted somewhere? Which list? Ooh, Thoughtseize. I feel like they take the Heretic Cathar, right? The current one? Oh, yeah. If you just hit exclamation deck, it'll list it up on my untap, or at least it should. E2 life. Enter tapped. Yeah, I'll just enter it tapped. We'll push in 4 damage here. I think that's fine. Well, thanks. Yeah, no worries. Let's do Luminarch Despair in here. We'll buff up Thalia. Now we poke in for 6 damage. They have another cycle. Shoot, that's unfortunate. Yeah, double Fox is tricky to beat. Unfortunately. When they've got the double Fox, it's tricky to beat cycling. No blocks. And then Crippling Fear. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, game 3. So game 3, we're going to keep the Guardians of Faith in, but I'm going to bring back in the Brutal Cathars. It's back on the play. We'll run it back to that because it can start the eyes. Yeah, I'm good with this. And we got Swarming too. Go Human. Playing our Initiate. Let's do Caves of Koldios. Grab in the General's Enforcer here. Poke for 1. Thoughtseize is fine. Probably Brutal Cathar. And that's fine. Mana Confluence. I'll hold back the our Dauntless in case they have a Crippling Fear. Scarab Beast, sure. Alright. Second General's Enforcer. I'll play in the Dauntless here. Alright, Biomanifestation. Secluded Courtyard name Human. Skeletal Swarming coming in. Let's poke in. Get us a Skelly. Get game 3. All right, let's go.
Hey Dragonauts, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. It is always appreciated. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date on all the new decks for our Explorer and Standard coming out with the March of Machines meta. And as always, Dragonauts, keep believing. I'll catch you next time.